Have you ever felt like life is completely unfair? Like no matter how hard you try, success always slips away? This is the story of a man who lost everything, but what happened next will leave you speechless. He thought his life was over, but in reality, it was just the beginning of something incredible. In a small town nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a man named Arman. Arman was no different from you and me. He had dreams, ambitions, and the determination to change his life. But life one was not kind to him. Every door he knocked on was shut. Every effort he made led to disappointment. And every time he thought he was getting closer to success, something went wrong. He worked as a laborer in a small factory. His dream was to start his own business, to create something meaningful. But no matter how hard he worked, he barely made enough to survive. His boss constantly yelled at him. His friends mocked his dreams. Even his own family told him to stop wasting time on impossible goals. One day, everything fell apart. The factory where he worked suddenly shut down. He was left jobless, broke, and hopeless. The people who once smiled at him disappeared. For days, Armin wandered the streets, searching for work, but every rejection made his heart sink deeper into despair. Maybe they were right, he whispered to himself one evening. Maybe I really am wasting my time. One evening, as he sat alone on a park bench, staring at the ground, an old man approached him. His name was Rahim Chacha, a wise and kind-hearted elder from the village. Why do you look so defeated, my son? Rahim Chacha asked, sitting beside him. I have lost everything, Armin sighed. I tried my best, but life has been nothing but cruel to me. Rahim Chacha smiled, his wrinkled face glowing with wisdom. Let me tell you a story, my son. Once a farmer's only horse ran away. His neighbors came running and said, "What terrible luck." But the farmer simply replied, "Good or bad, only time will tell." A few days later, the horse returned, with a dozen wild horses. The neighbors celebrated, saying, "What great luck." But again, the farmer said, "Good or bad, only time will tell." Then the farmer's son broke his leg while taming one of the wild horses. Such bad luck, the villagers cried. But soon after, war broke out, and all young men were taken to fight, except the farmer's injured son. Rahim Chacha turns to Arman. You see, my son, what looks like failure today may be your biggest blessing tomorrow. Arman listened carefully. Light bulb moment. Realization on Arman's face. So, are you saying I shouldn't give up? He asked. Rahim Chacha chuckled. I am saying, don't waste your time worrying about what's lost. Instead, use this time wisely and build something greater. Arman took those words to heart. Instead of drowning in self-pity, he made a decision. I will not waste another second complaining. I will use this time to grow. He started reading books on business and success. He took small freelance jobs to earn money. He learned new skills that would help him in the future. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Then one day, an opportunity knocked on his door. He met a small investor who was impressed by his knowledge. The investor gave him a small loan to start his own business. And this time, Arman was ready. He worked day and night, using everything he had learned. Slowly, his business grew. His first sale, his first big client, his first real success. One by one, things started falling into place. And within 3 years, the same people who once doubted him were now admiring his success. One day, Arman sat in his beautiful office, thinking about his journey. He realized something powerful. If he had never lost his job, he would have never started his business. If he had never struggled, he would have never grown. Losing everything was the best thing that ever happened to him. Looking back, he whispered, maybe, just maybe, this was all part of a bigger plan. Life is full of unexpected twists. What seems like a setback is often a setup for something greater. Your time is the most valuable thing you have. Don't waste it on regret. Use every moment to learn, grow, and create opportunities for yourself. So next time life feels unfair, remember everything happens for a reason, but it's up to you to make the most of it. Did this story inspire you? Then hit that like button and subscribe for more motivational stories. What's a moment in your life that seemed bad at first, but turned out to be a blessing? Let me know in the comments.